Dear brothers and sisters, the sublimity of blackberries and the bliss of the year. Don't let us wait for your products. In accordance with this principle, I am sending here another film, A Roll of Everyday Dreams. Let's meet today's problem with today's strengths. If we tolerate vulgarity, our future will wobble and fall under the weight of ignorance. It doesn't have to be this way. We have brains and hearts to bravely face our future, taking responsibility for the time we occupy and the space we cover. We could calculate derivatives together, in other words, moments of everyday life, but also find parallax, know about the position of stars in space, learn trigonometry, at the same time get to know the mathematics of integral and differential calculus, thus calculate the speed of changes of functions, things. Calculating integrals starting from the infinity of things and with differentials start to awaken the rhythm of the slightest heartbeat. And ahead of us are the Polish four seasons. Spring, blossoming trees, birds nesting in boxes and on trees. The sun is starting to shine brighter and brighter. Summer is certainly just around the corner. Summer. It is getting warmer. The nights are bright. The sun brightens the day. It looks nice and bright. The flowers are coming to life. It is so wonderful to see them. The sight of all the wonders of summer fills with joy. Autumn. The leaves are now turning brown, orange, and gold. Some are red. Frost is starting to cover the grass and the flower bed. There is a chill in the air, so it is nice to stay at home and sit comfortably in an armchair. Winter. It is starting to get cold. There may be snow, finding this as the dominant depth. But whether it will snow, we never know. The leaves have fallen. The trees are now bare. Warm coats, hats, scarves and gloves on your hands. You really need an interesting pair of spouses. The world is chaotic. Writing is self-therapy. I am taking flight to poetry. As a priest, I have no country. As a priest, I don't want to a country. As a writer, my country is the whole world. I recently posted this sentence on the internet. The sublimity of blackberries and the bliss of the year. Blackberries are a mysterious fruit. The intensely dark color has made them a symbol of sadness and suffering in folklore. The color was supposed to symbolize the blood of Christ, as some want the crown of thorns was supposed to be made from this bush. But that's not the case. Blackberries are a valuable source of the aforementioned vitamins C and E, as well as vitamin K, dietary fiber, manganese, antioxidant, polyphenols, and L-glucidins. They have a good effect on the digestive system and brain function, are recommended for the prevention of osteoporosis, treatment of colds, have anti-inflammatory and antibacterial effects. By thinking about our seasons flowing smoothly into each other, I think it's bliss. Winter is coming, the last one to visit us, and then we start all over again. However, no matter what the season, make sure it rains and someone will lend a helping hand. It is better to be held by the truths, than to be comforted in a lie. The Lord Jesus never addressed his disciples with reproaches like, "Why have you sinned?" But very often he rebuked his disciples with the words, "Why did you doubt?" Doubting God's love is probably the worst consequence of original sin, from which we must heal throughout our lives. I Am, the poem by Julian Turbin. It has welled up within me. I am, oh my joy, oh my life, high life, oh happiness, happiness, spurred forth, spring catapult. The sword is broken, the armor no more, my conquest, the highest possession. The Creator, the mighty ruler of my own soul. Life, the most sacred gift, what more, the maze. Already in my hand, the troops of plums have flashed by. My golden haired one is shining brightly. The shining troops have flashed by. Hail to you, voivodes. Hail for brave fencing and for formal courage. I have conquered, creative, mad and young. Oh my bright happiness, oh my victory. Tension, excitement, my constant joy, the boundless desire for action, the distances of unattainability, at this wonder delight the earth is round, and this frenzy of impossible powerful efforts, and this expectation, insatiable greatness, this vision of the walking mighty one, a giant bride. This named by me, all. This is something that boils, bursts, inflates. Earth round earth is there more needed, and yet there is more, endless. You can, after all, throw your eyes into the vortex of the night sky. From a billion suns will become a billion and two suns. Quote end. The tragedy of the world is that so many people are not loved. Roses always look beautiful and smell sweet, which is why they are a price worth having. On the other hand, the rhododendrons has fragrant leaves, and they are never as fragrant as when it rains. Ordinary people in the world are like these leaves. They have something fragrant about them, especially when the days are dark and cloudy, and it is raining in their lives. Anyone can love a rose, but it takes a big heart to love a leaf. When I reached the age of 30, I left my home at the Ząbkowicki pond of Ząbkowice village, and went to the mountains. Krakow became my last haven of salvation, accompanied by the Bonifrat fathers. However, I would like to return to the world. This moment is highly symbolic and signifies a significant change in life and the development of the soul. There the extraordinary happened. I reached the point of adulthood where one moves beyond the adolescent phase of life and enters a more serious, self-reflective period. For me, this marks the end of a phase of personal development, a time in which I have accumulated wisdom and insight that now requires expression. This moment can also be seen as kind of rite of passage, a threshold where I leave the comfort and safety of home to set out on a path of self-overcome and philosophical exploration. This exit from my home is symbolic of cutting myself off from the traditional values and social expectations that may have shaped me in my younger years. I will speak here of the need for individuals to free themselves from conventional inherited beliefs in order to become true to themselves and create their own path. The lake pond may represent a source of reflection and peace, but it also symbolizes the stagnation I had to leave behind. What often a symbol of the unconscious was a place where I spent my time reflecting and contemplating. Now I am seeking a new, more active role in the world, and the mountains represent a place where I can access a higher, clearer understanding, away from the distraction and comforts of the world below. Mountains are a key symbol here, often representing a place of higher understanding, solitude and elevation above ordinary human life. The journey to the mountains signals a pursuit of wisdom and self-fulfillment. In this context, the mountain represents not only a literal physical place, but also a metaphor for the heights of philosophical insight and personal transformation. It was in this solitude that I always wanted to come to understand myself and my role in the world. Poets are actors, poets. They have to separate themselves from society in order to truly think and create new values. I was not simply leaving my home in a literal sense, for I was also moving away from the conventional values and comforts of society. In a sense, my exile is a choice and conscious act of self-overcome. The solitude and silence of the mountains are conditions that allow you to reflect deeply on life, develop your vision, and prepare for your final return to the world with a new understanding. I dedicate this fragment to all my haters. I only got this far out of anger. Love does not begin and end the way we think. Love is a fight. Love is a war. Love is growing up. Love removes the mask we fear we cannot live without a no, and now we cannot live in. Love is an immortal flow of energy that nourishes, expands, and protects. Is eternal purpose of his life. Sometimes the heart sees what is invisible to the eye. We perceive when love begins and when it fades through our embarrassment when we are alone. Be grateful for the kind friends who walk your way. Be grateful for the blue sky that smiles from day to day. Be grateful for the health you have, the work you find to do, for around you are those less fortunate than you. Be grateful for the growing trees, the roses that will soon bloom, the tenderness of kind hearts that have shared your days of sadness. Be grateful for the morning dew, the grass beneath your feet, the gentle caresses of your children, and all the sweet laughter. Acquire a grateful habit. Learn to see how blessed you are, how many things there are that delight life, how little life can be spoiled. What if today it rains and you are sad with regret? Be grateful that you can remember the joys. In life were a race, I wish that everyone in these days were born on the same day. And because now it is not. It simply means that everyone has their own path. You and the person you compare yourself to have something to go through. What we all are have life. What matters is that you have different goals and skills that allow you to survive. The world may make you weak, but do not miss the fact that the universe always keeps you awake and strong. Happiness makes you sweet, trials make you strong, sorrows make you human, failures make you humble, and God makes you go on. If you have a friend to talk to and open your heart to at any time, trust me, you are blessed. Philomena, as a child, made a vow of virginity and fidelity to Jesus. The emperor decided to enslave 13-year-old Philomena, but neither the offer of wealth, nor the persuasion of her parents, nor the threat of martyrdom changed Philomena's decision, who said, "It is better to lose my life on earth to achieve eternal happiness than to avoid earthly death and deserve eternal punishment. I will remain faithful to Jesus even at the cost of my life." After 14 days in prison, she was sentenced to martyrdom. At the age of 13, she was whipped and miraculously healed. She was drowned with an anchor around her neck in the water of the Tiber and then saved again. Pierced several times by a hail of archers, healed again. Finally, she was beheaded with the axe on August 10, 302, Friday at 3 o'clock. Philomena now prays, "God, in the Holy Trinity alone, I beg you and ask for the rescue and salvation of the Polish nation. I beg you, God, accept my prayer and make your nation accept your call to conversion, to penance, to sacrifice. Here I am, a miserable sinner. I beg you to hear my cry through the intercession of Saint Philomena, our patrons. I beg you, God, to hear my cry, accept this prayer, and make me capable of faithfully serving you every day, every moment of my life, so that our salvation may be accomplished, so that salvation and spiritual renewal of the Polish nation may come. Do not be afraid. Remain in me, trust, and do not be afraid. The future of Poland depends on the path our nation will take. If we reject the Decalogue and choose the satanic civilization of death, we will sink into the abyss of self-destruction. I am a mother recognized by the church of my son, but my voice is silence. I am a mother without a voice. God rules the universe, and prayer rules God. I will not judge humanity, they will judge themselves, because they have made the choice, accepting good or evil, and this way choosing the path to eternity. This is the reason for the warning. I will give humanity a chance to see itself as I see it. I will send my truth as a great sign, as a great light to enlighten the consciousness of my children, so they can see how I see them, how I see each of you, so that you can see the truth, the only truth, unchanging, radiant, life-giving, the truth that sets you free. In the mighty name of